Okay, so let's talk about some past exam questions. I've got here question 18 from the 2019 Exam 1. The value of a compound interest investment in dollars after n years, Vn, can be modelled by the recurrence relation shown below. So we've got our V0 and our is equal to 100,000, that's our initial amount, and our Vn plus 1 equals 1.01 Vn. The interest rate per annum for this investment is, okay, so we've got to look at these and figure out which one of them is our interest rate. Well, let's have a deeper look at this. Okay, so that 1.01, what does that represent? That 1 is showing us that it's growing, okay? And any difference above or below 1 tells us the interest rate. So here, that is 0.01, which is 1%. So my answer here is C. Now, 66% of the state got that one correctly. 17% of the state answered D. Can you see the mistake they made? They just looked at, the what we're timesing Vn by and just picked that out. Okay, but it's not that, is it? X1 shows the increase, and then that whatever's after the decimal point is showing our interest rate. So the difference from 1, either above it or below it, is our interest rate. Okay, so again, a question 18 from our 2019 exam from the Northern Hemisphere. A truck was purchased for $134,000. Using the reducing balance method, the value of the truck is depreciated by 8.5% each year. Which one of the following recurrence relations could be used to determine the value of the truck after n years, Bn? Okay, well, let's have a look at this. We know B0 equals 134,000. Okay, because it's a recurrence relation, it has to look something like this. Now, depreciated by 8.5%, so it's reduced by that amount. So I've got to go, well, 100% take away 8.5%, or 1 take away 0.085. And that gives us, I'll bring up the calculator so you can see it. 1 take away 0.085 gives you 0.915. So you can see there that my answer must be A. Okay, so looking at the rest of these, what do you think some of the mistakes people made? I think, a lot of people would have, just chosen that one. A lot of people might have chosen that one without looking properly. Why is it not that one? We are only depreciating it by our depreciation rate. So, that then takes off an extra $8,576 every year. We're only depreciating it by that much. So, we've got to stick to what it is. Read those questions carefully. Okay, here's an interesting one. Question 20 from the 2018 exam. Again, multiple choice. The graph below shows the value Vn of an asset as it depreciates over a period of 5 months. So we can see the value going down and the months. Which one of the following depreciation situations does this graph best represent? Okay, let's have a closer look at this graph. So we can see here it starts up there, it's gone down that sort of 1 unit or whatever that is. Here it's gone down 1 unit again. Alrighty, here though it's gone down 1, 2, 3, 4 units. This next one's gone down 1, 2, 3, 4 units. I might show you that in pens, might be a bit clearer. So 1, 2, 3, 4 units, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 units. And then for this last month, again, 1, 2, 3, 4 units. So up here, it's going down 1 each time, and down here, it's going down by 4. Let's go through these and see what the situation is. Now, here we'll have to read all of these carefully. So, a flat rate depreciation with a decrease in depreciation rate after 2 months. Flat rate depreciation with an increase in depreciation rate after 2 months. Unit cost depreciation with a decrease in units used per month after 2 months. Reducing balance depreciation with an increase in the rate of depreciation after 2 months. Or reducing balance depreciation with a decrease in the rate of depreciation after 2 months. So all of these are acknowledging that there's been a change after 2 months. So let's go through it. For this period of time, it is flat rate depreciation, isn't it? It's going down by the exact same amount every month. Here too, it's going down by the exact same amount every month. So for both of those, 2 time periods, it's not producing balance. Because even though we've had a change somewhere in that, between month 2 and month 3, it's still 2 lots of flat rate depreciation. Okay, so we've increased, I'll restate that. The value has decreased by more in this second period, isn't it? So what does that mean for our rate? That means our rate must have increased. Okay, so that's what's happened there. If it was A, the amount that our value would decrease by less. Okay, that value would decrease by less. Here, our value is decreasing by more. So again, it can't be C for that reason. So the correct answer is B. 39% of the state answered correctly, with 28% of the state answering D and 14% of the state answering E. I think what happened there is that students saw, that it wasn't one straight line, and so just immediately assumed reducing balance. However, here you had to see, that it was two separate blocks of flat rate. And I'll read directly from the examiner's report. Students needed to recognise that the rate of reduction in value is constant in both phases of depreciation, indicating flat rate depreciation, not reducing balance depreciation. Okay. Here we go. Another question 20 from the 2018 Northern Hemisphere Exam. The value of a photocopier is depreciated using a unit cost method. Unit cost. Which one of the following graphs could show the value of the photocopier as it depreciates? So unit cost. That means going down by the same amount each time, doesn't it? Each increase in pieces of paper, it'll go down by the same amount. So let's look at all these graphs. I might just flip this around. No, that won't help. Okay. So you can see it's not E because there the value hasn't changed. Okay. It's not C or D because there the value of the photocopier is increasing, and that doesn't make sense. All right, so here we're down to A or B. And because it's unit cost method, meaning that we're going down by the same amount each time, it's got to be A, because if you look at it, it's that linear relationship there, that straight line. It's going down that straight line amount. This one, B, there's a curve there. It's decreasing by a different amount each year or each unit of paper. So it's got to be A.